on Motor Pickers. We're on a mission to find a once-in-a-lifetime car.
Something loud and noisy. Fast.
For a man who wants serious performance on a budget.
And have you tried it in sport mode yet?
Oh, there you go.
Whoa! I told you it was fast.
Choosing and buying a car is one of the most confusing and costly purchases most of us will ever make. I'm Paul Cowland, and I've been trading motors my entire life. So I know a thing or two about putting the right drivers in the right cars for the right money.
£37,900, so you can drive around like Lord of the Manor.
And I'm Helen Stanley. I design and build bespoke cars for demanding clients, so I'm used to matching drivers with their perfect cars. 180 brake horsepower, and the top speed is 137 miles per hour. This thing has got bite.
Together we scour the used vehicle market, offer buyers 3 best-in-class options and 1 wild car. Something from left field they probably haven't considered. But that might just be their perfect car.
I love it. That is a hell of a car for the money.
An excellent choice.
I am genuinely excited about today.
We've got Neil coming from Malvern. He's an aerospace engineer, and he's got a 15-year-old BMW that he wants to get rid of.
Neil's 6 Series is known as a 2+2 because it has 2 seats up front and 2 small seats in the back. He loves its 258 brake horsepower, but wants a faster upgrade. He's been searching for a whole year and can't work out what to buy.
And it needs to do 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds.
Fast coupes, then. I have got 2 perfect cars for him.
Really? Well, I've got the king of coupes, and I have got an absolute mind-bender of a wild car.
Hello, mate.
Hello, how are you doing?
All right, how are
Neil.
you?
Yes, very well, thanks.
Welcome to our humble showroom.
You must be used to visiting places like this if you've been looking for a year.
I just haven't been able to find the type of car which I want.
Well, what kind of things do you do in the car?
I usually pick up my 2 daughters from school, ferry them to gymnastics. I do a lot of running, so being able to put my gym bag in the back of the car is all I need the boot for, really.
What is your absolute must-have shopping list?
It's got to be a big coupe car, so I have one of those now, and I really like the look and the lines of that. 2+2, so I can fit my family in if I need to. Something loud and noisy,
Fast,
so I can say to my grandchildren, I had this car, and they'll go, wow, that's cool.
What cars have you had in the past?
3 classic minis, a Rover Coupe, I've had an MG ZS.
Rover Coupe's actually pretty cool, though. I like those.
My first coupe.
Was it?
So, yeah.
That's what's got you down this road?
Well, must be, yeah.
Yeah.
2+2 coupes became popular in the 60s and combined a powerful engine with sporty looks and a sloping roofline. They have room inside for 2 adults up front and 2 children in the back. Today, versions with 4 doors and bigger back seats are becoming popular. European luxury badges are most commonly associated with this kind of car, but many cheaper brands offer them too.
What kind of budget do you want to spend on this?
So I have £20,000. A year ago, I started looking for the car, and I had around about £10,000 then. Slowly, I've saved up, and now
It's quite a fund.
It is.
New big coupes can cost anywhere between £25,000 and £200,000. We'll need to be creative and look at slightly older models without compromising quality.
You wanted fast. The first car we've got for you today, I think, is the fastest car here.
Okay.
Have a look.
Right.
I'm going to start you, Neil, on the 2012 Audi S5 Sportback. It is a 5-door. I know it doesn't have to be so practical, but you can't have a car that's got too much space. You can't have a car that's got too much ease of use for your family. This is a 3-litre V6 supercharged. This car left the factory with 328 horsepower. This one has been loved and enhanced. This one now has 450.
Wow.
You wanted 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. This one will do it in under 5.
Fantastic.
In the 1980s, the Audi Quattro Coupe caused a sensation. Named after its revolutionary new 4-wheel drive system, it handled like nothing else and became a rallying superstar. Audi returned to coupes in 2007 with the A5 and S5, mixing the sporting pedigree of the Quattro with modern reliability and looks. The S5 is the quick version of the A5 Coupe, which either comes as a traditional 2-door or the Sportback, which has got rear doors and much more rear legroom. Still a coupe though, still got that beautiful roof line. It just means that the rear seat passengers can get in a bit more easily.
really good having the 4 doors. It is the look of the car which I'm looking for my next car. I like it.
The modifications on this car, like the uprated ECU, the bigger brakes and the exhaust, all come from quality brands and specialists and are worth about 7 grand. So it's upping the performance of the car without affecting its integrity. And I think for an engineer like Neil, that'll impress.
This Audi might be fast now, but it was designed to be a comfy cruiser. The power is there, but I wonder if it's going to have enough handling prowess for Neil.
When the car was new, and bearing in mind it's only done 50,000 miles now, it was, believe it or not, 41,365. Today, only 16,995, so it's well within your budget by 3 grand.
That's a good price for a car of this age. Very interested.
This car even had pricey options when it was new. 650 quid's worth of paint, 700 quid's worth of seats, and even Audi Drive Select. So that changes the gear shift points, the throttle and the suspension, depending on your mood.
I don't know where to start in here, Neil. There's just too much stuff to tell you. It's got DAB stereo, full climate. You've got the lovely dual clutch gearbox as well.
There's more room in the back than there is in my current car. I do like the look of it. It looks really good.
Only one way to find out if you really like it.
Yes.
Go and drive it. See you later. That was a very graceful exit for a very fast car.
50,000 miles in 8 years is 6,000 a year, meaning it's been used, but not too much. With continued care, this well-built engine could last another 150,000 miles.
Acceleration then was pretty swift. Does sound really, really nice.
Ready? I'm going to give him a call.
Yeah.
Good car to start this, I think.
Hello, Neil here.
Hello, Neil. How are you getting on with that Audi?
The handling's nice and firm, but not too firm. It seems nice and calm to drive, but as soon as you put your foot down, it takes your breath away.
Wow, I can hear it from here.
Yeah, it is kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing.
And have you tried it in sport mode yet?
Oh, there you go.
Whoa!
I told you it was fast.
That sounds like that quickly went from a wolf in sheep's clothing to a full-blown werewolf then.
I got a big smile on my face now.
Well, that's a great start then. We'll see you in a bit.
Cheers.
That was the best reaction. That was hilarious.
Was it, whoa?
I think that shocked him a bit, didn't it?
It did.
I was really surprised with that car. I hadn't considered it before, and it's brilliant.
Right, Neil, for you here, I've got the best fast coupe on the market. It is the BMW M3.
It looks fantastic, doesn't it? It looks really, really good.
This is the Monte Carlo edition. It's got a 4-litre V8 engine, 414 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds, and the top speed is around about 155 miles an hour. The M, or motorsport version of the 3 Series, was originally built in 1986 to get BMW into the German touring car racing series. Designed for optimum performance, air intakes, aerodynamic styling and tuning all increased power. Every M3 since has received a bigger engine than a regular 3 Series, as well as sportier suspension, brakes and styling. While a fashion symbol for some, the M3 remains true to its roots, as well suited to racetracks as highways. All M3s are highly desirable, and this will only become more so with age. It is likely to drop in price for a few more years before increasing, but then it will become more and more valuable. After this car was made, all M3s became saloons, and BMW's performance coupe is now the M4. This is the last M3 coupe that BMW made, so you're buying into BMW history with this car, and it is a future classic.
I like the colour.
Yeah?
I like the alloys, the M3 badge as well, fantastic.
Only 500 Monte Carlos were made. They cost 2.5 grand more than a standard M3 and came slightly lowered with black detailing and 19-inch wheels.
I love the look of the quad exhaust as well. They look amazing.
Paul's Audi is already disappearing in Neil's rear view.
But buying a 10-year-old M3 isn't for the faint-hearted, as hooligan owners and track day fans can drive these things to death. Accident repair needs to be checked for, and infrequent oil changes can cause expensive engine damage that can cost 1,500 quid.
It's done 71,000 miles, which for a 10-year-old car is really good.
Yeah.
So when this car was new, it would have been £55,565.
Yeah.
And then now it is 19,995. And it is a hell of a lot of car for the money.
It's in my budget.
It has a full service history and it's only had one owner in its 10 years. So this car is at a sweet spot in its life where it still feels modern, but it's lost most of its money. Give it another 5 to 10 years and I predict it'll start to increase in value.
It looks the same as my current car.
Okay.
It's not smaller, which I'm really, really surprised about.
Brilliant.
Really surprised. The seats are really comfy. I just love the look of it all.
Gadget-wise, you've got hill start assist, you've got rain sensors, you've got adaptive headlights, heated seats as well.
Fantastic.
This is semi-automatic, dual clutch. You've got paddles on the steering wheel if you want to feel like a racing driver, which I'm sure you will at some point.
At some point, yes.
Give it a bit of oomph. You need to go driving this. Let me know what you think when you come back, and I'll see you in a bit. Off you go. I am so jealous.
My M3 is one of the best handling cars around, something I think Neil will quickly appreciate.
The handling does seem like really good compared to the other one.
This is the best sports coupe I could have found him.
If he doesn't love this, he's not a car guy.
Hello, Neil. How is that iconic M3?
It's a little bit smaller than the Audi, but that's not a problem. The handling is really, really, really good.
What do you think about the performance, Neil? Does it feel quick enough?
It feels a lot quicker than my current car.
That V8 does sound good in there.
I'm having lots of fun.
Enjoy the rest of your drive. Make sure you give it some beans.
I will do, thank you.
So he's had the fastest one. I think that's probably the best handling. I think the next one is kind of the coolest. We'll see.
The V8 engine was fantastic. The handling was really, really good as well. Very, very impressed with that car.
2 cars down, but my next motor is even more legendary than the BMW.
It looks mean, it looks good, it looks muscly.
Maybe so, but I'm holding a very special wild car.
My mind's kind of blown. I'm thinking, wow.
So far, we've picked 2 motors for Neil, who wants to upgrade to the best fast coupe for 20 grand. I've shown him an Audi S5 with power and added space.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa!
And I've shown him one of the greatest driving coupes there is, a limited edition BMW M3.
I'm having lots of fun. It does sound good.
Car 3 is my pick, and I've looked beyond Europe to a car that has a fond place in my heart, and a coupe heritage you can't beat.
All right, Neil, now I'm going to have to declare a bit of a vested interest because this is the Mustang 2.3 EcoBoost. I love the Ford Mustang so much, I actually bought one with my own money. That's how good I think this car is.
The Mustang is as American as drive-through donuts, a 55-year-old icon that has spawned a revolution of affordable big-engine sports cars, stylised by long bonnets and short cabins. So famous, it's featured in movies and songs.
In 2015, the Mustang was finally offered here in the UK in right-hand drive. Finally, an American muscle car with a steering wheel on the right side through proper dealerships and warranties and servicing.
The look of it is brilliant. I just love the lines of that. It looks gorgeous.
So you wanted under 6 seconds. This is 0 to 60 in 5.9. It's 312 brake horsepower, 4-cylinder turbocharged, very quick, but more frugal than the V8.
Right.
This is probably the cheapest badge we're going to show you today.
It's very cool. I'm excited.
The Mustang's a cheap car to own at 250 quid a year to tax. It's half of Helen's M3, just 35 to the gallon. And that's for servicing 100 quid more than a regular Focus. So it's a 2016, it's 4 years old, it's done 46,000 miles. This car, when it was new, was £30,645. This one is up at 23 grand. It's
Okay.
a tiny bit more than the budget, but it's an awful lot of car, isn't it?
It is more than my budget, but I'd like to take it for a drive.
The car has had 3 owners, but it's got a full service history. Now, it is a little bit above budget, but Neil can make up the difference with lower running costs than the Beamer.
Oh, Paul. Despite it looking big and American, it has the smallest cabin space, renowned for its lack of legroom. Neil's kids will outgrow it before long.
Now, it is, of course, American, so everything is in this car. You've got this lovely leather. These are not only heated seats, they are cooled seats as well. Now, it is a 2+2. Is that going to be enough room, do you think?
It's the same as my car now.
It's got cruise control, amazing infotainment.
Looks good.
Feels very modern, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
But get yourself comfy. Going to have a little bit of America.
Looking forward to it.
Yeehaw! The Mustang is a departure from the sophisticated Germans, but the numbers stack up, and there's nothing quite like driving a big American muscle car.
So this feels like a much bigger car.
An American icon.
I'd be really interested to see what he thinks about this after driving the 2 German cars.
Hello, it's Neil.
Hello, Neil. How are you enjoying that Mustang?
It's good. I know it's only the smaller engine, but it seems to pull quite well.
Yeah, it's a quick old motor, that, mate.
My first impressions with the space inside is nobody could sit behind me.
What's the handling like in that, Neil?
It feels secure and like heavy. The handling's good. It looks mean, it looks good, it looks muscly.
Yeah, it's got some presence, hasn't it?
It does, yeah.
Awesome. Well, have fun. We'll see you back in a bit.
Speak soon.
Cheers.
It's getting very interesting.
I know. Right, wild card then.
The Mustang, there's lots and lots of character with that. You've got presence on the road with it.
Right, Neil, it's time for the wild car. What are you expecting?
I haven't got a clue. I'm just excited to see what it is.
This is epic, isn't it?
I think he's enjoying that a little bit too much.
If you don't want it, Neil, I'll have it.
So, the Honda Civic Type R GT.
The Civic Type R might just be the greatest example of a manufacturer taking an everyday shopping car and turning it into a machine built for speed and handling. Originally conceived for racing, the extreme power tuned from a relatively small engine makes it an affordable performance car for the road too. Honda tops reliability charts and its VTEC engine is famously dependable and clever, giving higher performance at higher revs and fuel economy at lower revs. It may look outrageous, but Neil wants something quick and sporty with room for the kids. The engineer in him will love the technology and he'll see that it offers more than the coupes in terms of handling.
My mind's blown. I'm kind of thinking, wow, it's not something I would have considered at all.
I was very keen to have this as a wild car for you because I know you're a petrol head. You really like a high performance car.
I like the look of it. I like the wheels, the colour contrast and everything.
You can't help but notice the massive brake calipers because you really need those in this car. 305 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds.
I've been looking at these sleek coupes and this, yeah. I haven't driven one, I haven't kind of sat in one. I've seen them around.
Yep.
I've heard them around.
Yep.
But totally off the scale of what I would have considered.
The Honda is lots of cars in one. It's a track car, a sports car, a family car, and a practical car.
It's all of those things, Helen, but I know the racy suspension on these is very firm. Is that what he wants after a session in the gym? Over the comfort of a coupe?
So this car is 4 years old. It's done just under 36,000 miles, which is nothing.
No.
It's had 3 previous owners and it's been really well looked after. When it was new, this would have been £32,000. Now, this car is £21,000.
The mileage and the age are very big positives for this.
It's the youngest of the 4 and it's done fewer miles than all the other cars. It's the bargain of the day.
I hope you like red, Neil.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is red.
What are your thoughts on the actual interior? Because you've got these bucket seats, carbon fibre, it's very racy looking.
I like the seats, how kind of hugging they are.
Yep.
It's good.
The transmission in this is manual, which if you've got a car built for racing, you need a manual.
I could cope with that.
I think we need to turn this on and listen to that 4-cylinder VTEC. On your right-hand side, there should be a plus R button. If you press that, you really do go into GT race mode. Yeah. So it's changed the exhaust note as well.
Yeah.
All that's left is for you to go out and drive this, Neil.
I'm looking forward to it.
I think that car is going to blow his mind.
I'm confident Neil's going to appreciate the razor-sharp handling and the slick, sporty chassis.
It does sound good, and this isn't in plus R mode.
Is this not perhaps a styling move too far?
The whole point of the wild car is to try and maybe ignite something in the brain that goes, do you know what? Maybe I will.
Hello.
Neil, how are you finding the Honda Civic Type R GT?
Wow, it's amazing. The power of a test drive, that's all I can say. Looking at it, I wasn't quite sure, but actually it just feels amazing.
Have you pressed that extra special button on the right yet?
I have, and that button, the plus R button, is amazing. It's crazy, it pushes you back into your seat. The actual driving experience is brilliant.
You seem to be having the most fun in this one.
It's a very fun car to drive.
Well, I think you've sold it to yourself. Head back and then it's decision time.
Thank you.
That went rather well.
He's fallen in love with the drive, hasn't he?
That blew my mind. It wasn't what I was expecting at all. I had a big smile on my face.
What a lineup. Today is like someone's dream garage. Neil has a very hard decision on his hands right now. Car one of the day was the most powerful, the Audi S5 Sportback.
It does sound really, really nice.
But what did you think?
When I put my foot down in it, it was amazing. There's loads of room in there. There isn't anything which I didn't like about it, really.
Wow. Next was the most famous fast coupe of all, the BMW M3.
I'm having lots of fun. It does sound good. The M3 was fantastic. The V8 engine is just amazing.
Anything you didn't like?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Car 3 was the Mustang with the looks and performance of a muscle car. Its 4-cylinder engine keeps it fuel efficient.
It looks mean, it looks good, it looks muscly. Driving it, fantastic. The only downside for me was the interior space.
The final pick was the wild car, the Honda Civic Type R.
It's crazy, it pushes you back into your seat. The actual driving experience is brilliant. The wild card gave me the biggest smile. For me, it's a bit too much of a boy racer.
Of these 4 amazing cars, and I would take any one of these 4 home, but you have to choose which is the best.
It's between the M3 and the S5.
You can only have one.
For me, it's got to be the M3.
Yes, that is such a good choice. It's been a great day because Neil chose my car, BMW M3, the absolute boss. I'm not a little bit jealous. The drinks are going to be on you tonight, mate.
No, you know the rules. Win the buyer's dinner.
So I need a copy of these rules.